There is public outrage and strong condemnation across Ghana after a viral video captured a plainclothes soldier brutally assaulting a pharmacy attendant and a woman who tried to intervene. The incident, which occurred around 6:30 p.m. yesterday, shows the soldier storming into the pharmacy in a fit of rage after being denied a refund for medicine he had returned. The confrontation quickly turned violent, with the soldier physically attacking the attendant and shoving a woman aside as she pleaded with him to stop. The Ghana Armed Forces has confirmed the arrest of the officer at dawn today. In a statement signed by the Ghana Armed Forces, the military said the suspect is assisting with investigation, while the victims, who have since received medical care, are also cooperating with investigators. Masolak Bagba of a security desk has been studying the CCTV footage of the attack and has more in this report.
Video that has since gone viral. A soldier in plain clothes, identified as Warrant Officer Class 1 William Spencer, is seen angrily walking towards a pharmacy. He snatches what appears to be medication from a boy who was following him. His first words are to inquire about what the pharmacy attendant had said. Moments later, he begins demanding a refund. The pharmacy attendant is heard pleading with him to be patient, but the soldier continues to insist on getting his money back. A woman standing inside the shop also tries to calm him down, but he pushes her aside. The woman questions why he pushed her, prompting the soldier to approach her again. When she attempts to film the incident, he strikes her twice in the face and once on her body. William Spencer then turns his attention back to the pharmacy attendant, repeatedly hitting him about 8 times on the face, stomach, and other parts of his body, all while demanding his money. According to sources, WO1 Mensa had sent his son to purchase medication worth 65 cedis. However, upon realizing that he did not want the brand that he got, he asked that it be returned for a refund. The pharmacy, however, reportedly explained that medicines sold are non-refundable, a policy that allegedly triggered the assault.
Well, let's get on phone lines now and speak to the ranking member on Defense and Interior Committee, Reverend John Fojo. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. What really are your initial reactions to this incident involving the plainclothes soldier assaulting civilians? Maybe, what does it say about discipline within the military?
Yeah, thanks, MFA. I think it's really disappointing to watch this video of a soldier who is expected to rather keep a very healthy and cordial relation with civilians, rather for whatsoever provocation or otherwise assaulting a woman and assaulting a pharmacy attendant. It's most condemnable, and I want to commend the high rank of the Ghana Armed Forces for the very swift manner they effected the arrest of the soldier in question and the internal processes that is being undertaken. But I would want to say that beyond the internal processes, the professional level that Ghana Armed Forces may take, this is criminal on the face of it. I mean, you still will do your investigations, but you can conclude that this assault is criminal, and the Ghana Armed Forces cooperation with the Ghana Police Service will be very essential for the applicable criminal charges to be filed and for other consequential prosecutions to be undertaken. But I would want to caution that the public at this point may have to be restrained from, casting general comments that will be prejudicing the conduct and the reputation of the entire Ghana Armed Forces. MFR, don't forget that we have several thousands of very fine soldiers in Ghana. Ghana Armed Forces is one of the most formidable, one of the most creditably conducted, soldiers we have on the continent and beyond. And so when such unfortunate incidents occur, is isolated. He was not even in uniform. He was just going about his private, enterprise and engaged in such criminality. So the matter, crime knows no color, crime knows no profession, crime knows no uniform. So the crime will be dealt with according to law, but we should be restrained not to make references or general comments that may be unfair to the general reputation of the fine soldiers we have in this country.
Well, it's interesting that you have pointed that out. But again, incidents like this have happened before. Does this really point to a deeper systematic problem within the Ghana Armed Forces? Or you describe it, you have already said that this is an isolated case, but does this at least point to a much deeper problem?
Yeah, I do not think that this is a matter that should be stretched beyond an individual who has misconducted himself and gone above the law, who is not immune from the law, and the law will do what. If had been excesses of a soldier who is on duty and went beyond their duties, those could speak of some systemic, suggestions. But this case, I mean, from the face of it, is condemnable, and I don't think that it will be enough basis to want to rope in and cast, slur or cast any form of doubt on the entire reputation of the Ghana Armed Forces. Let us keep supporting the Ghana Armed Forces. As and when such isolated infractions occur, it will be dealt with, and we'll support authorities to deal with them.
Right. Thank you so much for joining us on the news today. Reverend Tim Fojoy is ranking for Interior and Defense Committee. Now, still in the news, there's growing controversy this afternoon over the Lightwave Health Information Management System saga, as former Deputy Health Minister Dr. Bernard Okoboy has taken on Health Minister Kobna Mintah Kando, accusing him of spreading falsehood in the matter. The controversy began with the minister's announcement of the government's decision not to continue the contract with Lightwave, which provides electronic services to public hospitals across the country. Now, speaking at the government's accountability series on Wednesday, the health minister revealed that Lightwave has failed to fully deliver on its contract, as he says the entity has been able to enroll the data of only 450 hospitals out of 950 onto its management system. Speaking on upfront last night, Kobna Mintah Kando further revealed that Lightwave has also refused to hand over patients' data to the government of Ghana after the expiration of the contract in 2024.
They had to hand over at the end of each milestone. But that didn't happen. That didn't happen. So when we took over, we did the forensic audit to understand what exactly we're inheriting. And that is where we saw a lot of gaps, even in the hardware. So we said, okay, we'll have an agreement with you so that we'll have that smooth running. Okay? And so before we sign that agreement with you, you have to give us our data, administrative access to the service and everything. He says, no, don't mention anything like data in the agreement. He says, no, out of the 600 and 500 and 450 you said you have counted, right? 461. Going forward, the 500 left, we're going to open up. We don't monopolize the system so that everybody can also bid, and if you qualify, we'll give you access to it. So now we are rolling up a system where next week, about 100 of the public health facilities will be connected for the first week. The second week, another one. So we are starting with the teaching hospitals, the regional hospitals, and then the district with very high population. Then we go to the second week. We finish the rest of the hospitals, then the third week in that order, or whatever. Even if there are issues, there are laws in this country. You take government on, you take government to court, but you don't go and switch off the system. You switch it off and on as and when you desire. And for the past 2 weeks, the whole system has been down. This is wickedness. It's blackmailing. It's
you used that word at the press conference today, blackmail. Is that not quite a strong word?
Yes, even if there's any word stronger than that, I would have used it. You have no idea what this guy is doing to the state. If you have a contract with the state, and in this case, you don't have a contract, and even if there's any matter arising out of there, you stretch that thing off. Is it not holding the whole country to ransom? Are you exhibiting good faith? You don't do that. So there's a need for us to take a bold decision to get out of the mess. And that's exactly what we are doing.
Okay.
But speaking to Blessed Soga on the same show, the former health minister, Dr. Bernard Okoboy, first refuted the minister's claim that government does not have access to the data managed by the company, as he accuses the minister of acting in bad faith and refusing to engage the company during an audit of the company's work.
I've done my checks. When I was there, or when Ajimamenu was there, there's a steering committee. This is very important for the public, made up of the minister as the head.
Okay.
IT team at Ministry of Health, as well as IT of Ghana Health Service and all that.
A standing committee.
They meet almost every quarter to find out because it's a national program. Since this minister came, no meeting. The minister tells the whole...
And you know that for a fact?
Oh, yes. The only time the minister invited them was when he said that he had completed an audit report on their work. And guess what? When the audit was being done, it was done by people who have been looking for Lightweight's job for the past 8 years. And Lightweight said, you've called us to a meeting to discuss an audit. Can you give us a draft of the audit so that we prepare and come for the meeting? Minister says no. They appear at Ministry of Health. Minister says that I'll send a copy to AG for advice. I can't give you a copy. In the meantime, give me source code to your software. Yes. Source code. And Lightweight said that when I give the source code, virtually the mystery about our program is in the hands of those who would go there. So this is what Lightweight said. Let's discuss a transition. If we are exiting, we will give you everything, but then we would have known how to exit. But not when we've not discussed how we are transitioning. And then the minister says that, oh, the data of all Ghana, this is what they tell everybody, is sitting somewhere in India. Please, that is a total fabrication.
Okay.
Look, I was a minister. Send your reporters to go to Ministry of Health building, first floor. That's where all the data is, right? He is on a 7th floor.
Remote?
He's not even stepped there.
There's no cloud. It's not remote.
So what's happening is that the Lightweight system is such that every hospital have data on their server at where the hospital is. So Kofanoche have DS at their server. Right. But Ministry of Health has a remote one which serves as backup. Right. So Ministry of Health has for the whole of Ghana. Right. Now, I would not like to go into details, but if you're an IT person, you know that every company that is operating data systems on a national level, worst case will have some form of offshore, like they call it.
Reserve, yes, or backup.
I don't want to speak downgrade the minister. Right. But some people, when they hear that, oh, these people have offshore support, their assumption is that the data is at the offshore.
And this is his explanation as to why the company has not been able to complete its work within the stipulated contract period.
You know, doing this IT program, networking the whole Ghana from ground zero, with all due respect, it's not like building a story building where you are just adding blocks. You can go to a clinic in, let's say, Sunyani, based on their IT capacity and their network and where they are and all that. So instead of 2 weeks, it can take a month. So the vendor told us that, look, these are small facilities, but I need some time because life has not been smooth with the facilities. And by the way, some facilities, not all, even deliberately frustrate the vendor because they don't want to be onboarded because this system is able to check fraud and able to harmonize your operations. Long story short is that out of your 950, they've done the big ones for you. All teaching hospitals, all district hospitals, all polyclinics. It's left with about 500 health centers. And I'm saying this for the first time on your show. The work involved in networking 500 centers is equivalent to doing just 2 teaching hospitals, Konfanoche and Kolebu. The 2 hospitals have a staff strength of close to 10,000. That is more than all the 500. So the figure, the numerical look big, but in terms of the workload, this is a company that has built local experience over 8 years and can onboard them.
Away from Lightwave, the Echima, Techiman and the Chamboso Traditional Council has staged a massive demonstration to draw the government's attention to the deplorable state of roads in the Kwadoso municipality in the Ashanti region. Clad in red, the demonstrator is led by Nana Teku Owusu Ansa II, Echima Achemahene, expressed frustration and called for immediate action to address the road's poor condition. They are happy that the road construction has been abandoned, posing safety and health risk to the community. There's more in the following report.
Chuma Techiman and the Chamboso Traditional Council has staged a massive demonstration to draw government's attention to the deplorable state of their roads in the Kwadoso municipality of the Ashanti region. Clad in red, the demonstrators, led by Nana Teku Owusu Ansa II, Echima Achemahene, expressed frustration and called for immediate action on their road. They are unhappy the road construction has been abandoned, posing safety and health risk to the community.
Yes, I'm say. Every say champion by my ye. You bring it to 2 years, my panic for the sum, one also the next year, and I never for the buyer as a biabas a band the corner man. I also say, Obejay and natural and I in fear catch and say, a quino. But there was me watching.
The Echuma Techiman and Denchomwoso Traditional Council has staged a massive demonstration to draw government's attention to the deplorable state of their roads in the Kwadaso municipality of the Ashanti region. Clad in red, the demonstrators, led by Nana Tieku Osu Ansa II, Echuma Achiamehene, expressed frustration and called for immediate action on their road. They are unhappy the road construction has been abandoned, posing safety and health risk to the community.
Yes, I'm say. Every say champion by my ye. Ya bray to 2 years, my panic for the sum, one also the next me, and I go for the buyer as a biabasa band the Quanamano. I also say, Obejay ran not when I in fear catch and say, a quino. But there was me watching. Double road free, which you must say,
the contractor came and promised us that he will use 8 months to construct an asphalt road for us, but he has failed us. For the past 8 years, Asabia came on the road, he didn't show any respect to the community and has since left us in dust.
Residents highlighted the economic and health impact of the poor road conditions, including increased transportation costs and respiratory problems due to dusty nature of their road, which a 70-year-old woman, Auntie Ajua Menu, shared her personal struggle with chronic diseases exacerbated by the dusty road. Because of the dusty nature of the road, I am suffering from lungs disease. We don't need Asabia here.
Our wives are unable to come visit us due to the dust on the road and now.
My mother died through dust. Government should come to our aid. The community is seeking relief and urgent action from the government. Joseph Obin's report, read to you.
Onto illegal mining, the task force of the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association has destroyed 40 Shamfan machines on the Abompe end of the River Ofen in the Echuma-Wabieja district of the Ashanti region. The operation also saw the clearance of tributaries of the River Ofen at Mpasetia and Beposo of illegal mining activities. This action follows the Environmental Protection Authority's ban on the manufacturing of Shamfan boats, which are used for illegal river mining. Nanaya Ojima has more in the following report.
The task force, equipped with speedboats, is tracking down illegal miners on the River Ofen. During the operation, the illegal miners abandoned their Shamfan boats, which were subsequently destroyed. The boats were being used to dig gold, resulting in the destruction of the river's quality. The river's color was visibly altered, rendering it useless. Philip Bauer, Operations Director of the National Concerned Small-Scale Miners Association, emphasized that the task force is determined to clamp down on individuals perpetrating the illegality.
As you can see, our speedboat is behind us. We started the operations at Abompe this morning. So as you can see, one of them is over there because we have dismantled it. It's floating on the water. So we destroyed over 20 of them with the engines on them at the Abompe. We are continuing the operations and we are sounding a warning to anyone interested in this kind of thing that it is illegal. You can go to prison for between 15 to 25 years. So they should leave the water bodies and avail themselves for better opportunities to be able to participate in the small-scale mining space if they are so interested. But with respect to this one, it's game over.
The Achumamponia district has witnessed an increase in illegal mining activities in recent years, with several deaths being recorded due to collapsed mining pits. Mining in river bodies within the area is on the rise. Bracey Andor, leader of the task force, has warned individuals engaging in illegal mining to desist from the act. For Joy News, Nana Ojima, Kumasi.
The Food and Drugs Authority has detected dangerously high levels of lead, cadmium, mercury, and other heavy metals in food products, including cereal mix, popularly known as Tom Brown, bentonite clay, also called chile, and turmeric being sold in open markets in the Northeast region. The findings follow months of a nationwide surveillance exercise triggered by a joint Ghana Health Service UNICEF report that revealed alarming levels of lead in the blood of children under 5 across the northern middle belt and southern belt of the country. Presenting the report at a sanitization workshop in Nalerugu, the FDA Director of Regional Operations, Ms. Maria Lovelace Johnson, said investigations are underway to trace the sources of contamination and prevent further exposure to the public. Regional correspondent Elias Tanko reports.
According to the Food and Drugs Authority, 4 products, particularly those meant for pregnant women and children, sourced both locally and internationally, were sampled. For cereal mix, commonly known as Tom Brown, 4 samples were analyzed and all were found to contain cadmium contamination representing 100%. In the case of turmeric, 2 out of 6 samples analyzed tested positive for lead contamination representing 33.3%. For bentonite clay, also known as chile, 8 out of 9 samples failed the test, indicating a 95% lead contamination rate. Code, locally called kaji, was found to contain both lead and cadmium contamination at levels of 72% and 33% respectively after 9 samples were analyzed. The survey findings were presented to producers and retailers of these products from across the region at a meeting held in the regional capital, Nalerugu. Speaking to Joy News, Dr. Emmanuel Chermantin Amoa, health specialist at UNICEF Ghana, explained the basis for the survey.
UNICEF became interested because about 2 to 3 years ago, we, together with Ghana Health Service, Pure Earth, and other partners, did a blood survey of children under 5 in 3 major zones of Ghana, the northern sector, middle, and southern. And we realized that if you took 2 children, 1 out of the 2 had high levels of lead in their blood. So that's what prompted us that, oh, is this what is happening? Let's go further and see why our children are getting these high levels. And we realize, okay, children, they use everyday products, they use the food. Tom Brown is food that children use. Some areas too, when children are born, they apply this koli or kaji. So let's pick these products. Also, ayelo, when many women are pregnant, they eat the foreign casset, they eat the ayelo. So all these things informed us to select this product, and then together with FDA did a nationwide survey, and today we are happy that the results are out, and now at least we know the areas to look out for and how to engage other stakeholders to come on the table for us to create a healthy country.
On her part, Ms. Maria Lovelace Johnson, Director at the Regional Operations Directorate, explained that the presentation aims to help conduct a root cause analysis as part of broader measures to prevent further exposure.
So that's why we've engaged them, because they are the first points of call. They are the processors. When they finish, they know that this is what they do. If we don't get all the results here, we will go back, we'll go a step down and see what is happening. Is it from the soil? Is it from the cooking pans they use for the kaji? Is it from the rock? Is it from some chemicals they use in mixing? So that's why we met them, and we will be doing further tests and for further interrogations and investigations.
She is a mother of 5, a breast cancer survivor, and a woman whose scars tell a story of strength, pain, and hope. Benita, in her early 40s, was once a trader until breast cancer changed everything. She lost her mother to the same disease and is now battling it alongside her friend. Benita, who also has lost one breast to cancer, as part of Joine's October Cancer Awareness Series, Fatal Bayaga of our Health Desk tells her story of survival.
In the quiet of her home in Spintex, Benita looks into the future while holding on to hope. Each moment reminds her of the battles she has fought for years and the ones she continues to fight.
About 2018 or thereabout, I was taking my bath. This particular day, of course, I wasn't thinking about breast cancer, but I just said, okay, let me do the self-examination. Let me just go around my breast. And I was just going, my hand touched this painless lump. In fact, I can't describe how I felt. My legs got stuck in the bathhouse. Then the memories of my mother flashed back. And everything started telling me, see how your mother died. That's how you are dying. You are going to leave your kids.
Benita's life as a trader and single mother came to a halt when doctors diagnosed her with breast cancer years ago. She has since lost one breast to the disease and now struggles to provide for her 5 children.
That is why a lot of women die if the money is not there. Because cancer treatment is very, very expensive. Very, very. You're doing the breast scan, you are doing the mammogram, you are doing the biopsy, you are doing the CT scan, because all these things are just investigations before you get to the main treatment. Every 3 weeks you are going for your medication, and sometimes the medications can cost $1,000+ every 3 weeks, because after fighting the cancer, you barely don't have anything.
Her fight for survival is also a painful reminder of the mother she lost to the same disease in 2001.
It's something that sometimes when I flash my memory back, it kind of gives me sad memories, because if not for breast cancer, I think my mom should have been around with me, but I lost her to breast cancer.
Health experts say Benita's story mirrors Ghana's growing cancer burden, where thousands of women are diagnosed each year and nearly half do not survive, largely due to late detection and limited access to treatment.
Evidence has clearly shown that if you detect it early and you treat it effectively, the chance of you surviving it is very high. So when you pick it up in the very early stages, 5-year survival is more than 90%. Once it spreads beyond the breast, then we say it becomes incurable. There's still treatment for it, so there's still treatments we can give which can keep the patient going for a while, but it's no longer curable.
For Joy News, Fatal Bayaga, Accra.
That's how we wrap the news for this afternoon. I am Emefa Akosiadeti. For more news, do log on to myjoyonline.com. Thank you for watching.